Okay, we're rolling.
All right.
So this is meant to be short. We want it to be too long. You guys are awesome partners. So first, if you don't mind, just introduce yourselves, name of your company.
Yeah. So I'm Josh. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Sensible.
And I'm Ming, the other co-founder at Sensible.
Okay, so Josh and Ming, I can't express this enough. They've been amazing partners. They've been with InsuranceGIG from day one. They believed in the vision. And at InsuranceGIG, we're always talking about exposing people's superpowers. So Sensible has an incredible superpower, and I talk about you guys all the time. I bring you up in every demo, and I give tons of demos every day. So
love it.
Just tell the three people who are watching this, what's your superpower? What do you guys do?
Yeah, well, so we're developer tools for turning documents into structured data. We're kind of like a Twilio for PDF, so we're very much a building block, low to the ground, just for solving this specific problem. And then we love partnering with companies like InsuranceGIG to get that into more hands, like in the insurance vertical, for example.
So Ming, tell us, a couple of the use cases that you're doing in general that you're most proud of, that are most effective, or if you wanted to highlight maybe the one that, or the couple that we're doing with InsuranceGIG, just how does it work? How does your superpower come to bear in a specific use case?
Yeah, so one of the use cases that we're really proud of, and one that we're also doing with InsuranceGIG, is getting structured data out of loss runs. And so, these documents are all across the insurance industry, but they're pretty complex, difficult documents to get data out of. They're kind of tabular-like, but it's more like a table within a table. They can be a dynamic length. You don't know how many claims there are against the policy before you open up the document. And so it's a pretty challenging problem for a lot of these document parsing solutions to solve. And we've built specific technology to handle kind of finding these repeated sections within loss runs, and we're able to capture all of the claims information within a loss run and get back the data within usually under 10 seconds.
So is this one of those, and I know it's not because I've seen it work, but pitching it out, like there's this theoretical view of like, oh yeah, theoretically that sounds great, but realistically, I once tried to scan a document and it wasn't accurate once a couple of years ago. Talk about the bridge of theoretically versus realistically. Talk about your accuracy rates. I know it varies, but like, how are you finding it? Like, is somebody going to be able to use this reliably as a tool?
Yeah, well, we approach this problem a little bit differently than most of the solutions out there. You see a lot of these like black box machine learning models where it's like if it works, great, but if it doesn't work, you have no recourse. And so what we've done is we've taken, again, it's a developer-focused approach where we've built a query language for documents, right? So there's a tremendous amount of transparency and flexibility and control that you get when you're using Sensible. So you're really specifying how that engine should be pulling data out of the document, and then as a result, you get great accuracy and reliability guarantees as well. So we're attacking the problem from a different angle, and that really leads to different outcomes when you get to these kind of complex documents like loss runs and other documents that you run into in the insurance space.
So what do we have like in production? We've got loss runs, we've got court forms, we've got carrier deck pages. So let's talk about that. What's the process when a new document comes along? There's something new, there's a training process. Can you walk us through that?
Yeah, so you basically write a set of queries to pull the information that you want out of that document. So you can think of our query language as making it super fast and simple to build these custom parsers, right? And so if there's a net new document format, then it's on the order of depending on how many data fields that you're pulling out of that document, it could be just a 30-minute to a couple-hour process of onboarding that format, and then it works from there on out.
So you've been here for the past 2-3 days at InsureTech Connect. Without naming names, but who should be listening to this? Who that listens to this message that's out there is this relevant to? Is it carriers? Is it brokers? Who's your ideal customer? What do you want them to know?
Yeah, well, we see a lot of traction in the InsureTech startup space, right? Like, again, because we're targeting engineers, we focus a little bit less on the kind of hardcore established incumbents or the folks that have been operating for a long time in this industry. And we're a great fit, though, for folks that are trying to do operations as software, provide novel experiences to their customers, but they don't want to get deeply mired in the vicissitudes of the PDF format. That's not part of the core value.
What's vicissitude?
Well, just like the ups and downs, the highs and lows, just trudging through valley after valley of a thing that doesn't make sense when you're trying to deal with PDFs, and we've solved all that. And so if you're a startup or a technology company that wants to build something on top of documents, it's way easier to start with Sensible than it is to start from scratch or build something in house. And so we've seen a tremendous amount of success there, particularly in the insurtech space. And it's worth noting that we also sell into prop tech, logistics, financial services. We've really built this set of tools for developers to take any document problem and solve it much more quickly than you're able to do from scratch.
And point to note that through InsuranceGIG, we worked with Sensible to create a transactional per API call pricing model, and it's done in a way that it's incredibly easy to try it out and be able to experiment with their service. And
yeah, low cost, low barrier to entry. Yeah.
Ming, any technical challenges? What are the things that you're focused on in terms of how to continuously improve the product? What are you thinking about next? What are the challenges that you're hearing that people want?
Yeah, so I think we spent the last 2 years really focused on making the core product work. Like when you give us a document, are we giving you back the correct data fields that are inside of it? And so one of the things that I think going forward that we really want to focus on is making it easier for people to integrate Sensible into their workflow. So if you don't want to call it via an API, making it easy for us to just spit out an Excel file for you, or integrate with other systems via like Zapier. But then the other aspect is, once you have something like this in place, once you're sending documents to us, like how do we then alert you when something has gone wrong? When the documents might be kind of malformed and you need to have a person take a look at it. I think today, a lot of our customers, they've built out a lot of their own tools to handle this, and so we want to take that work off of their plate.
Right, and as do we, and I think that's where we're really collaborating. We're taking your superpower, we've taken our integration layer, and being able to make it work.
Yeah.
At the underwriter's desk, at the agent's desk.
Yeah, that's why we love the partnership, right? Because we are looking for these ways for how do we take our tech and get it integrated, right? And InsuranceGIG is a big part of that, right? An avenue for which this core technology that we've built can be consumed way more easily.
Well, I wanted to keep it short. If you need to take unstructured data, Sensible is a proven, tested platform. They're amazing partners to InsuranceGIG. Guys, I've been meaning to do this for a long time. I'm really happy, and thank you for being such good partners and spending so much time with us and walking us through it. But we're just getting started.
Yeah, I love it. Thanks for having us by.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
All right.
Well done.
Yes.